Hi guys, welcome back to Komshala. I am Megha, channel host and your दोस्त। पिछली वीडियो में जो हमने डिस्कस किया था कि कंपनी लॉ के केस स्टडी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन 4 पार्ट्स में लिखे जाते हैं, फैक्ट्स ऑफ द केस, लीगल प्रोविजन, एक्सप्लेनेशन एंड कंक्लूजन। सो आज मैं ये वीडियो केस स्टडी के 4 एग्जाम्पल्स लेकर आई हूँ। देखो, आप कंपनी लॉ के लिए जितने भी केस स्टडी सॉल्व करो उतने कम हैं। सो ट्राई करो कि रोज़ एक केस स्टडी तो सॉल्व कर ही लो, इसलिए मैं आज 4 केस स्टडी आपके लिए लेकर आई हूँ। मैं उन्हीं 4 पार्ट्स में किस तरह से आंसर्स लिखे जाएंगे वो बताऊंगी। लेट्स बिगिन।
Question. Ravi sent his friend Vimal to act as a proxy in the company in which he holds share. After the meeting, Ravi filed a case against the company for denying speaking rights to his friend. He wants his friend Vimal to speak and vote on his behalf. Will Ravi succeed in the case? Advice. Answer. Facts of the case. Ravi sent his friend Vimal to act as a proxy in the company in which he holds share. He wants his friend Vimal to speak and vote on his behalf. Legal provision. According to the first proviso to section 105(1) of the Companies Act 2013, a proxy is allowed only to attend the meeting and vote and shall not have the right to speak at such meetings. Explanation. A proxy shall not have the right to speak at such meetings, so the company was correct for denying Vimal to speak. Conclusion. As such, Ravi will not succeed in the case. Question 2. Star Limited desires to appoint an additional director on its board of directors. The articles of the company confer upon the board to exercise the power to appoint such a director. As such, M is appointed as an additional director. In the light of the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, examine, can the power of appointing additional director be exercised by the annual general meeting? Answer. Facts of the case. Star Limited desires to appoint an additional director on its board of directors. As such, M is appointed as an additional director by the board of directors. Legal provisions. Section 161(1) of the Companies Act 2013 provides that the articles of a company may confer on its board the power to appoint any person other than a person who fails to get appointed as a director at the general meeting as an additional director at any time. Explanation. The power to appoint additional director rests with the board of directors and not with the members of the company. The only condition is that the board must be conferred such power by the articles of the company. Conclusion. The power of appointing additional director cannot be exercised in the annual general meeting. Question 3. Whether notice of a board meeting is required to be sent to the following persons. 1. An interested director. 2. A director who has expressed his inability to attend a particular board meeting. Answer. Legal provisions. नोटिस करिए कि इस क्वेश्चन में फैक्ट्स ऑफ द केस वाला पार्ट नहीं आ रहा है, बिकॉज ये क्वेश्चन केस स्टडी टाइप की क्वेश्चन नहीं है. So first, legal provisions. Section 173(3) of the Companies Act 2013 makes it mandatory for every director to be given proper notice of every board meeting. It is immaterial whether a director is interested or not. In case of an interested director, notice must be given to him even though he is precluded from voting at the meeting of the business to be transacted. 2. In terms of Section 173(3), even if a director states that he will not be able to attend the next board meeting, notice must be given to that director. Conclusion. Yes, notice of a board meeting is required to be sent to the following persons. 1. An interested director. 2. A director who has expressed his inability to attend a particular board meeting. Question 4. An audit committee of a listed company constituted under Section 177 of the Companies Act 2013 submitted its report of its recommendation to the board. The board, however, did not accept the recommendations. Analyze whether the board is empowered not to accept the recommendations of the audit committee. Answer. Facts of the case. An audit committee of a listed company submitted its report of its recommendation to the board. The board, however, did not accept the recommendations. Legal provisions. As per Section 177(2) and 3 of the Companies Act 2013, an audit committee must be formed within a year of the commencement of the act or within a year of the incorporation of a company, as the case may be. Under Section 177(8), the board's report, which is laid before a general meeting of the company where the financial statements of the company are placed before the members, it must disclose the composition of the audit committee, and also where the board has not accepted any recommendations of the audit committee, the same shall be disclosed along with the reasons. Conclusion. Therefore, the board is empowered not to accept the recommendations of the audit committee but only under genuine circumstances and with legitimate reasons. If the board does not accept the recommendations of the audit committee, it shall disclose the same in its report under section 134(3) placed before a general meeting of the company.
I hope these examples will help you in the long run, and the video will help you scoring even better in company law. Do share the video with your friends and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you.